Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Path of destruction. Several wildfires are raging in California as the state experiences a record heat wave. Los Angeles reporting its highest ever temperature of 121 degrees. Priya.
And investigators are looking into a deadly house fire on Detroit's west side. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
And as we take a live look outside for you, things are drying out, but will they stay that way for the rest of your Labor Day? Well, we certainly hope so. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassamy.
And I'm Nick Monticelli again. Thank you for joining us for a special hour-long edition of Local 4 News at noon.
Let's get right on over to meteorologist Brandon Rowe. He's got our forecast for the rest of our Labor Day. My wife sent me a picture message earlier, Brandon. We put all of our patio furniture cushions into this big shed. Unfortunately, I left the shed open, so everything is soaked.
Yes. Got soaking wet perhaps this morning, but maybe a makeshift pool for the boys. I don't know. The cicadas have joined me out here, Grosse Pointe Woods. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Labor Day forecast. It's a labor of warming. We have 76 degrees at Metro. Live shot here in Ann Arbor, 78. It's 76. Pontiac 75, Adrian. Occasionally these west winds are picking up to 15, 20 miles an hour. And we should see temperatures right around 80 degrees with a little more clearing through the afternoon. It has been a pretty active early morning, but most of the rest of the day has been pretty good. And as we head into your barbecue plans tonight, really no worries there. So we do have a little bit of trouble that we are tracking as we move into your Tuesday. We'll have it, Evrod, coming up.
Haven't we had enough trouble already for the day, Brandon?
I know. That's enough. I do like Brandon's Labor Day outfit, though.
The ensemble is very nice. Brandon, thank you. Right now, though, we are following breaking news in the murder case of a Washington Post columnist by the name of Jamal Khashoggi. A court has issued final verdicts against 8 Saudi nationals. The court ordered a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison for 5 of them. Another received a 10-year sentence, and 2 others were ordered to serve 7 years in prison. This all comes after Khashoggi's family announced pardons that spared 5 of the convicted individuals from execution. Khashoggi was killed back in 2018 inside the Saudi consulate in Turkey.
Also breaking, Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny is out of a medically induced coma. That is according to the Berlin hospital, where he is being treated for what officials say was severe poisoning. The hospital says it's too early to determine what long-term effects he might have, if any. Last month, the hospital determined the critic of the Russian government was poisoned by a nerve agent. The Russian government denies any involvement.
Developing at noon, 1 man is dead and a woman is injured after a shooting on the city's east side. That shooting happened around 4 this morning on Gable near Mound and McNichols. Police say they found a 24-year-old man dead in the street. The 24-year-old woman is in serious condition. So far, police have not released a suspect description. Also developing this afternoon, firefighters make a very disturbing discovery on Detroit's west side.
Yeah, 2 people were found dead following a house fire. This happened around 6:30 in the morning at a home on Pingree between Dexter and Grand River. Priya Mann is live there now with more. And Priya, do investigators have really any idea how the fire may have started just yet?
Yeah, Nick, Evrod, it's going to take some time before the cause of that fire is determined. But what I can tell you is this home was fully engulfed when firefighters arrived. In fact, the first crews to arrive had to call for backup. Once they finally got that fire contained, they made that disturbing discovery of 2 adults inside the home.
Quite a punishing fire.
Detroit firefighters were called to the home on Pingree around 6:30 Monday morning. When they arrived, the home was fully engulfed.
It was extremely intense. It went into the 2nd floor and then, of course, ended up burning into the roof area.
Firefighters found the bodies of 2 adults on the 1st floor of the home. Their bodies were burned beyond recognition. Investigators believe the 2 adults lived there. They found food and medicine in the home.
Oh, it is tragic. I mean, anytime anybody loses their life, especially in a fire, I mean, we kind of take it to heart with us. I mean, did we do our jobs right? And that type of thing. And but in this particular case, with the intensity of the fire and everything else, they were probably had passed before we got here.
Nearly 30 Detroit firefighters responded to the blaze. Investigators do not believe the 2nd floor of the home was occupied. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but is not considered suspicious at this time.
They did a nice job knocking everything down, and considering the intensity of the fire, yeah, they stopped it pretty quickly.
And it's going to take some time to identify the two victims. Investigators are waiting for the medical examiner to determine the cause of death. Reporting live from the west side, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Priya, very difficult for the family and, of course, the firefighters as well. Thank you.
Crews are spending this holiday weekend battling dozens of wildfires in several states out west. And as John Lawrence reports, California has been hit especially hard, and the hazardous weather conditions could lead to even more trouble.
A pyrocumulus cloud hovering over California caused by major wildfires this Labor Day weekend. According to CAL FIRE, more than 2 million acres in the state have been scorched thus far this year, a record, and things aren't likely to ease anytime soon.
3 of the 4 largest fires in California history are burning right now. And the heat in triple digits, off the charts for even September, and we're not even close to the peak of the wildfire season.
The El Dorado fire in the San Bernardino area and the fast-moving Valley fire in Hapatul has some residents getting ready to evacuate.
It just exploded and came up to almost where it's at now. And the intensity of the heat is just crazy.
Down over that hill, there's a lot of houses. It's been sitting there for a while, and now it's starting to move.
The Creek Fire is spreading rapidly through the Sierra National Forest, where the California National Guard rescued more than 220 people who were trapped in the Mammoth Pool Reservoir Recreation Area.
To see all of the interagency partners come together with the amount of resources, with the uncertainty of what was actually going to come off the helicopter, there were plenty of resources to ensure that all were provided the care that they needed.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The Creek Fire ignited Friday night, and by Sunday morning alone, it had burned about 45,000 acres. Authorities are investigating what caused that fire. Meanwhile, the El Dorado fire was sparked by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device that was used in a gender reveal party. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency for at least 5 counties.
Well, here's a look at your coronavirus headlines today. We are expecting new case numbers this afternoon. In case you missed it, starting Sunday, the state will only be publishing coronavirus numbers 6 days per week. You'll see them Monday through Saturday. Sunday's numbers will be released on Mondays and added to that total. On Saturday, the state reported 838 new cases of COVID-19. There are 8 additional deaths to report. On the national front, the U.S. has surpassed 6,246,000 confirmed cases. More than 188,000 people have died from COVID-19. These numbers are from the Johns Hopkins University database. Meanwhile, the threat of the virus is looming over this Labor Day weekend, with public health experts warning this could be a make or break moment as we head into the fall.
Well, the start of the school year for many students is less than 24 hours away.
And that includes students with DPSCD here in Detroit who were given a choice between in-person or virtual learning. On Sunday, paraprofessionals, educational aides, and food service workers held a rally outside Mackenzie Elementary Middle School, pushing for virtual-only learning. They say their health is in jeopardy because they are required to return to the buildings. Also on Sunday, faith leaders held a prayer circle in front of Martin Luther King Jr. High School. They prayed for a safe return for students and teachers.
And to say there is angst in the air, that would be kind of an understatement.
Absolutely. So that's especially the case for parents in the Detroit Public Schools Community District who feel virtual learning may put their child behind.
I don't want to put teachers at risk. I don't want to put my family at risk. So I'm going to keep my baby at home. But what do I do after that?
Maria Ferguson's 7-year-old son, Noah, starts 2nd grade virtually tomorrow. She feels the district underestimated how many parents would keep their kids at home.
I think our school district assumed that more parents were going to go face-to-face and that it will be easier to navigate, and that they weren't expecting such a huge response for virtual learning. So now they have to come face-to-face with all those questions that they were in the beginning.
Questions like how to help parents who aren't tech savvy, or parents who physically have to be at work, or parents juggling work from home schedules.
I'm in other groups with other parents who they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know how to work these computers. They don't know how the schedule's going to be, just so they can work around their work at home schedule or their actual physical work schedule to know what they should do for their kids.
Maria says the schedule she got has blocks of time dedicated to various subjects, but no breakdown of what will be taught and what is expected of students during class.
It doesn't specify if, you can just get off, do your work, and then come back on and then go back in, so that way you're not just staring at a computer screen all day long.
She says the district does have resources available, but parents have to look for them. Like starting this month, the district is hosting training sessions for parents based on the learning platforms their child will be using. The Parent Academy is to help parents navigate their child's online learning.
I hope that we're able to smoothly get this started and that my son doesn't lose out on any learning experiences.
Now, for students who need it, the district is offering about 50,000 laptops to all the kids in the district, as well as internet access. If you'd like more information on that Parent Academy, we've got the information on the sessions, those 2-hour sessions, on our website at clickondetroit.com. Everett, I think we're going to have to talk about navigating the school year and helping parents, as we've talked about. Just remember our elementary or high school math, grammar.
And for at least one of us, it was a long time ago. Or maybe both of us.
Yeah.
All right, still to come. Besides the coronavirus, one of the other big health concerns that we're talking about this fall is the flu.
Yeah, how vaccine makers are working to make sure you are protected. Plus, most gyms will be opening back in just 2 days, but should you go?
Ahead, expert advice about the safety factors to consider before returning to your health club.